All right, pulling an audible here. Thought I was going to talk about polling data in this segment, but I would rather talk about what's happening coming up here in Springfield at the Muni, as we love to highlight the local arts here with Springfield's Morning News. I'm Greg Bishop on 92.7 WMAY, Springfield's News and Talk. And in studio, we're joined by a father-daughter team that's going to be on stage at the Muni for Matilda. And we're joined by Charlotte and Matthew Ratz. Thanks for taking time with us, guys. How you doing?
Good.
Doing well.
Good to hear. All right. So I guess let's just start with who you are and what roles you're playing in Matilda.
I am Matthew Ratz. I play Sergey, the Russian mobster. Just your average guy, just trying to hold down a nice job. I have to deal with the Wormwoods, which are Matilda's father. He's a car salesman, and I need to get some vehicles from him.
Did you say that you are a regular person who's a mobster?
Yeah, you know, everybody's got to hold down a job. Mine just happens to be Russian mobster, and yeah.
So what's the how do you prepare for that role? How do you get into character as a Russian mobster?
Well, I mean, it's a lot of imagination, but I spent a lot of time reviewing videos on how to prepare. You know, as far as speaking Russian, what a Russian accent might sound like. You know, so I've just got a lot of examples that I was trying to use, like from Rocky with Drago, and different exammes of people's accents. I'm trying how to really hone in on what a real.
Can you do some for us now? On demand here at 8:13 in the morning. Let's see it.
Yes. The Wormwood is a stupid man, and he is very, very rude.
Love it. No, that's perfect.
Yep.
And you've got Charlotte with you. Charlotte, what role do you play?
I'm a big kid, we call it, so I'm one of the older students at the school. So I get to be mean to all the other kids who are new here, and it's kind of fun because we get to, shove them around.
Well, how do you prepare for that role? Are you mean in real life?
I think not. I hope I'm not mean in real life. Mostly preparing, it's just, like making sure you're not actually pushing people over because you don't want to hurt anybody on stage.
Yeah. So, I mean, when it comes to the work that's done behind the scenes here to get up to this point, we've talked to others who are in different Muni shows. A lot of shows going on. I mean, this is the third or fourth show so far this season.
The fourth, yes.
And you've got rehearsals that have been happening behind the scenes while another show is actually on stage. How do you guys juggle all of that?
I mean, fortunately, we're only. With some exceptions, your own Kevin Hart has been in a couple shows this summer, but like for us, we're just in the one show. So, we just have different rehearsal locations. We would rehearse down at the Hoagland Center for the Arts, and then we move out to the Muni site with the last, the prior 2 weeks to get rolling. But yeah, it's pretty much an individual thing as far as the shows go.
It really highlights, I think, the collaborative nature of the local arts scene.
For sure.
And the local theater scene. Again, you've got Matilda at the Muni. For people who aren't familiar with this, of course, we've got somebody who's an older kid, and you're mean to people.
Yes.
All right, but that's not your real-life character. No. That's just a character on stage. And you've got a Russian gangster who's just an everyday guy, which kind of seems a little cognitive dissonance there, I would imagine. But what is Matilda about? What's the show all about for people who don't know?
Matilda is about a little girl. She's very smart, very intelligent, but she also has psychokinetic powers. Mm-hmm. So we're kind of familiar with that these days. She's treated poorly and not really loved by her parents, but she does have a school teacher that she impresses and really they become really close. Miss Honey is the school teacher's name, and over the course of the term, Matilda and Miss Honey, they have a real profound effect on each other's lives, and Miss Honey begins to recognize that Matilda has this extraordinary personality and these powers. And so while they're at school isn't necessarily always smooth sailing. The school has a headmistress. Her name is Miss Trunchbull. Agatha Trunchbull. And she pretty much hates children, which is a weird pairing between her job.
I love it. Charlotte, the way you
Agatha Trunchbull.
You're not a fan of her?
I mean, no one is.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
That's good.
Miss Trunchbull, she's played by the very talented Tiffany Williams, but that is a treat to watch. Yes, but Miss Trunchbull, she hates the children, and she has lots of punishments for the children to deal with their misbehaving, as it were. But Matilda has the courage, and she might be the first child to actually stand up and fight for her and her classmates' rights. And
so Matilda is 11 before Stranger Things was even a thing.
Sure, yeah.
Wow.
That's pretty profound, isn't it? Yeah. All right. Again, we're talking with Charlotte Ratz and Matthew Ratz, a father and daughter. Didn't mean to misgender you, but father and daughter team. Talk about that dynamic here. Typically, we have child actors come in, and their parents are kind of just off on the side and kind of helping them get to practice and whatnot, bringing them to radio interviews and whatnot. You're in the show. What's that been like?
Well, I mean, I've always enjoyed doing theater, and it's an added bonus when you get to do it with my child, with my daughter here. In Matilda, we actually have 4 sets of parents and children, and then we have I think there are 2 sets of siblings, so it's kind of a all in the family kind of show going on right now too. So that's really nice. But yeah, I mean, it is nice. It helps cut down on the carpooling.
Oh, I bet.
But
That's what I was thinking.
Well, you don't drive yet. What do you?
Well, no, but it's never like I'm dropped off at rehearsal. It's always, oh, he's at rehearsal with me. We both go. We both leave at midnight.
Well, I tell you, when I was a kid, my mom would drop me off at the Boys and Girls Club for football practice or something, and then I'd be standing around waiting for her to pick us up. Well into the night sometimes. So I take it you don't have to do that, so that's good. But in a way, for you, Charlotte, you get to spend more time with your dad.
Yep, I get to see him in all the funky costumes. He has his Russian mafia one. It has a really weird big fur thing around his neck, and I'm like, what is that?
Got to stay warm in Russia. Gets cold.
Even though it's gonna, at least last weekend, you don't have the temperatures that you had last weekend, so that's good.
Yes.
And we are looking at partly sunny on Saturday, which is fantastic. So let's go ahead and get the dates and the times out for people. This again is Matilda at the Muni coming up this weekend and next weekend. We're talking with Charlotte Ratz and Matthew Ratz. Matthew, go ahead with those details.
So the show opens up Friday, July 29th. The first weekend is the 29th through the 31st. And then it will continue the next week, Wednesday through Sunday, August 3rd through the 7th. The show starts at 8:30 p.m. You can get tickets for the show at www.themuni.org, or you can also go to MetroTix online to buy those tickets as well. I would just warn, you want to, when you buy your tickets, you want to buy them from themuni.org. We've had a couple reports of people buying tickets through secondary markets, which is, if that's what you want to do, but I would just suggest against it because the prices tend to be 2 or 3 or 4 times what you would have to pay, at our actual box office. So that is, again, www.themuni.org. You can call 314-534-1111 between 10 a.m. and 8 p.m. For tickets by phone 7 days a week. And you can buy tickets through the box office up to 90 minutes prior to the show.
Well, fantastic. Again, that's the Matilda at the Muni this weekend and next weekend. Get out there and support local theater. Charlotte Ratz, thank you for taking time with us and break a leg. And Matthew Ratz as well to you, break a leg. And hope to talk to you guys soon and have a good show, all right?
Thank you very much.
It is Springfield's Morning News. I'm Greg Bishop on 92.